Une production de Monsieur Brilling.
Hey everyone, this is my friend Justin Sketchley, Red Seal Carpenter extraordinaire, and today he has allowed me to interview him. Alright, question 1. How did you get into the trade?
Yeah, so I'm a Red Seal Carpenter now, and originally I think my passion came from doing the woodworking class in high school. I took the woodworking class probably the 3 years I was able to choose it as an elective. And after high school, I started working in civil construction just because there was a door open for me in the field. I enjoyed the civil work, work with utilities and a lot of dirt work. Although I was able to work with some carpenters within the same company as a laborer. And then I realized that I still had a big passion with carpentry, and I decided to sign up with the ITA and become an apprentice.
Awesome.
And then yeah, I realized that it was a huge passion of mine, and pursued it all the way through, and ended up getting my Red Seal, and I still love it to this very day.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Alright, Mr. Sketchley, question number 2. Did your high school experience play any role in your career choice?
Yeah, I'd say it definitely did. Yeah, realizing later on, once I started doing a little bit of work in the field, I remembered a lot of things I had learned in high school, and made me feel a little bit less afraid to pursue it, just because I had that history and that knowledge backed up behind me. So it wasn't like I was starting fresh. A lot of stuff just came really natural to me, and I think that was because of all that time I had spent in high school in the woodworking class. And yeah, it definitely played a big role, and made me much more comfortable getting into the trade later on.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a great answer.
cool, thanks.
Question 3. What do you think of today's tech ed programs in high school?
Yeah, so I graduated in 2012. So my experience with the tech ed programs at that time was, I thought they were very thorough and informative. Although I feel like they were just based on finishing carpentry.
Right.
So if I were to get a future job as like a cabinet maker, or like a finisher, just a trim carpenter, I feel like it would have been more applicable. But maybe ways they could have broadened the spectrum of teaching would be they could introduce more elements of framing houses,
Okay.
or concrete, just construction in general, just so the students would have a wider view of career options. Because there's more than just a finished carpenter, that they can learn, that they can just they can install windows or install siding, or kind of pick their niche in whatever they enjoy. So they could have maybe done a better job at teaching the whole scope of carpentry as a whole.
Right.
Similar to, I would relate it to my carpentry apprenticeship at VIU, would be they taught me the whole scope of carpentry, from finishing to concrete framing, everything in between, even surveying, excavation, and everything that's relatable. So maybe if they could add other elements, might make it more interesting to students, who might have different passions than others. And yeah.
Very excellent.
Cool.
Alright, Mr. Sketchley, question number 4. What advice, if any, would you give me as a tech ed teacher to better prepare my students for life after high school?
I would say something that I've thought over the years that would be really beneficial for your students to see would be if you could bring in other tradespeople, and they could speak to the students, and kind of show them how some of the work that they're doing might be applicable to those tradespeople. So yeah, whether you would bring in a cabinet maker and he could show them, show the students some of the things that they're learning is directly applicable to building cabinets.
Right.
Or whether maybe you were to take the students to a job site, they could see a house being framed,
Okay.
and they could walk through the job site and look at the tools and see, just see exactly how the house is being framed, or maybe they go to a house that's being excavated and can see maybe see how it's surveyed and see how it's dug out and all the components of that. Or maybe they could have a tradesperson come in and they could tell them how the math is applicable that they're learning.
Oh, that's a good advice for sure.
How some of the math is actually used later on in multiple different careers.
Perfect. All right, Mr. Sketchley. Question 5. As a teacher in the technology education field, what advice would you give me to stay current with the technology and the trades?
So kind of along the lines, as my answer to the previous question, I think if you're constantly in communication with tradespeople, they're going to be showing you new ways of doing things and new concepts.
Okay.
If you're meeting with them on a regular basis, going to their job sites, seeing their workplaces, you're going to be kind of constantly having your foot in the door on exactly how they're doing what they're doing, and if anything new happens, you're going to be kind of involved with it, kind of as soon as it happens, because they're going to be the first ones that are going to be trying out new systems and new methods, and then that way it'll be directly communicated to the students. Just like if a cabinet maker was to start using a CNC machine, you could show the kids that as soon as they purchase it and start using it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Sketchley. Bonus question. How can we promote females in the trade?
Yeah, so I think some ways you could do that would be maybe you could find females that are in all sorts of trades, whether it's a welder or a carpenter or a mechanic, and bring them into the class as well and get to talk to the students.
Okay.
And then maybe once more females kind of see and hear that there's that's not just men in these trades, that can inspire them to follow along their shoes as well. And also maybe some of the projects that you do doesn't always have to be like an airplane or something like that. Maybe you could build a jewelry box or like a tea box, or kind of broaden the spectrum of the projects that you make in class, and hopefully that would inspire a larger audience and inspire the women to want to pursue the trade as well. And
Excellent input.
cool, thank you. Yeah.
All right. Sweet, man. That's really good. I think that's pretty well it. Should we do a little finale? That's all, folks.
The